Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bruja's Lair Spiritual Sauce podcast with me, Mambo Royalty, Brittany, and Kiera. On this podcast, we discuss various topics on all things spiritual. So, tonight, if you've been following us, we will be discussing breaking generational curses. Now, this podcast is going to be a little bit different just because after we are done talking about the topic, we are going to go into doing live readings. Okay.
Okay.
So, just so you guys know, you guys can talk first while I get this into the chat, cause I gotta get the rules for the reading and stuff
Okay.
into the chat.
Brother, you won last time, didn't you? You did. I did. You did. So I started off. When I thought about breaking generational curses, I definitely, because they ain't right here. Uh, I feel like I'm I'm achieving that because there's so many things that I've learned growing up as a kid. How the older um the elders in my family was more of a what happens in this house stays in this house kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've realized recently was that in doing that and following the way that the path that they led, I realized that that phrase has caused a lot of our anxiety,
Right,
um,
right.
because we kind of even though we flourish in so many other areas, I think when it comes to communication,
Mm-hmm.
we are not the strongest. We are more so we know how we feel and what we feel and we're vocal about it, but I
Right,
think we don't know, we're trying to fight which direction to go. You get what I'm saying? Like
right, right.
our grandmother or great grandmother wasn't able to were maybe thinking
Can
what
you
we're
copy and
saying
paste
now.
that
You
for
get what
me?
I'm saying?
Right,
And,
right, right.
and
This right
so
here. What you
I
want?
just feel
Did you
like,
warm this up? Yeah.
in breaking that, what
This?
I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I do now, I kind of I say how I feel now, because
Okay.
when I was younger and my mom had an issue, I kind of followed what she said. If my
Hi.
mom if my mom said, "Hey, well, I want you
Paste.
to kind of study this in school," I kind of went with what she said because I kind of felt that was best. Mama know best, parents know
Mm-hmm.
Right,
best.
right, right.
And so I kind of lost my voice. And it wasn't
Right.
until I was in my 20s where I started realizing, like, hey,
Yeah.
this is
It's
not
saying it's too
I
long.
want to do.
So
So
can you
Right, right.
post
it definitely, I could definitely resonate with the breaking the generation curses because with
can you post
communication,
half?
I'm really
Well,
learning to break that one.
just take off that bottom part.
Right, right, right. And with me, it's like you said, just going with
So
what they say, not really asking questions or finding out what we really wanted to do back at,
so
in that young
copy and
age.
paste that.
So now that we are, I guess, under, we are not under their direction per se.
Right.
Um, anymore, we're able to actually think for ourselves like they told us to do, but
Right.
didn't allow us to do when it came to what we wanted to do or how we wanted
Mm-hmm.
things to go. And now we have that
Okay.
opportunity to not only do that for ourselves, but
I
also
guess we'll do
allow
it when
space for our own children
we
to
start the
figure that
we got the
out for
figure some
themselves and actually give them a voice instead of just do as I say, not as I do type of thing.
Yeah. I agree with that. Because even when me raising my daughter, I feel like now I do more mental health awareness. Like, I make every day when I pick up, I make it my duty. Hey, how was your day? How did you feel? Was it? Did you learn something new? I kind of get more into detail because when I was getting out of school, my mama wasn't at home. I kind of already had the rundown. Hey, when you get home, you wash the dishes, you pick your brothers up, you do this, you do that. So I kind of already,
especially with being the oldest.
yes,
a whole other story.
yes, definitely with being the oldest. And I think another generational curse that is a big one for me, I feel like, is the mother and daughter dynamic. I feel like I am doing an amazing job with.
I can tell you are.
Yes,
She's always up under you.
yes, with how I redirect my relationship with my daughter. Because and I think it started with safety for me.
Right.
I think that part because let's be honest, it's the stigma with mothers and daughters, specifically in African American households, where that relationship, that dynamic is not as strong as it should be.
Or is strong in the wrong way.
Yeah, it's as if the mother and daughter dynamic became more of a who has the most power. Yeah.
Competition.
It's like a competition rather than just, hey, you my child, and after 18 it doesn't stop. I think that the main thing with us is like we're realizing like, hey, after 18 you don't stop become you don't being a parent. It's until you leave this earth or your child. It's one of the two.
And it don't stop there because I can tell you right now, I'm gonna still be in my business.
I know, and it's
nothing.
Yes, and so it's like it never truly stopped. And I think our generation is now kind of realizing that, like, you know, oh, maybe that thought process was not really a healthy thing for us back then.
Right.
Like
it's still going to need your mother. Maybe you can talk to her more comfortably now than you could when you were a child, but you realize that you're still going to need your mother. You're still going to want to do those things that you did as a child. And for me, my mother isn't here. She's on the other side. So it's different. And like going through life without my mama, like and trying to have kids without her, or even my nephew being here and she's not physically here is a very hard. And
you see, I ain't said nothing.
speaking
I'm
of
over here eating.
generational curses is like you never got to really, I never got to really fix that train of thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's how I feel. That's how I felt about my dad and his passing. It was kind of like I noticed the signs that some things just wasn't true. And but by that time I was an adult. I done did most. I done been mad long enough.
Right.
And I now had a kid, so I'm like, man, like now I kind of understand your side of things, and then that's and that's where forgiveness comes from me at. Because I feel like even though I'm bringing generational curses, I feel like I still should give respect. I feel like I still should give that forgiveness. I don't necessarily have to sit, but I can still hold room to forgive the things that my parents didn't know.
Right.
I think that's a big one for me. Because not a lot of people can say like, "Hey, I looked at it from my mom's and dad's point of view," and I kind of forgive them for not knowing. It's like how do I hold you accountable for something that you were not taught that would be selfish of me because there's a lot of things that I'm not taught that I haven't.
Especially when it comes to mental health. I think that is our biggest generational curse that we have to break is the not so much abusive, but the what am I trying to say? Like the train of thought. Like we gotta be rewired.
Right. And then it was something coming from their parents, and then think about those times when they really didn't have anybody to kind of go to, or it wasn't like therapists readily available. So it's like,
right.
I can't fault you.
Either that or we just got locked up in the cage. Like
yeah. And that's how
either we got ignored or locked up in the cage, one or the other.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
I agree with y'all too, but that salad was so good.
I'm glad you enjoyed. I hope we kept the conversation
I couldn't say nothing the whole time because I was over here chowing down on that salad. But I'm listening. I do agree with the both of you. I agree with the both of you because in similar aspects, my mother who raised me is no longer here, but my biological mother is here. But the way that my biological mother treats me is based off of how her mother treated her. So because like her and her mom didn't have a relationship, me and my mom don't have a relationship. The first time my mom came to get me, she took me to get my hair done, and I was real happy about that in that moment, and she was like as I'm sitting in this chair and the lady's finishing up, she's like, this guy wants to just talk to you for a minute. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, is he a family member or something? And she's like, no, he thinks you're beautiful and he wants to pay you, and you know where that conversation is leading to. And I'm just like, take me home. You know what I'm saying? Take me home. And in turn, I began to realize that even though I did not like the life that I had living with my parents who raised me, I understood it and began to respect it more because with living with my mom, there's no telling what would have been done to me. I feel like my mom would have like sex trafficked me or something. You know what I'm saying? Um my grandmother is what you call like a debutante. She messes with like men for money. Um my mom is the same way. Athletes, basketball players, that's just who she is as a person. Um Mental health, I was not able to talk to my mom about things that I went through. I tried to talk to my mom about it, and when I tried to talk to her about it, she would be like, "We're that topic is closed. We can't talk about that, but we could talk about this or what she wanted to talk about." And that really destroyed me mentally because I was like, eventually I'm going to have kids one day, and I want my kids to be able to feel like they can talk to me. I don't want them to feel like, oh, I can't talk to her or I have to keep things from her. So I did try to include my mom in my life, but it was more so like she would come and see me every blue moon. And my mom who raised me, she was more attentive to what I was going through and how I was going through things. So as a mother, you guys were talking about Kiara stated how like even after you are 18 you're still a mother. I completely agree with that because most people say you're 18, get out. Um,
Right.
all of our adult kids live with us. You know, our oldest is 24. You get what I'm saying? And he lives here, has two jobs, go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Just, just like anybody else. But we as a generation, especially as a melanated generation, we have to begin to say to ourselves, okay, look, we're gonna pull ourselves out of the stigmatism of putting our kids out at 18, because in truth, what does that, they're still a child at 18. What do they know about real life situations at 18? Because these things are not even being taught in school. And as
Right.
parents, this is where we have to step in. And as a mom, this is where I stepped in and my husband stepped in as the father, because we're going to homeschool our kids so we can be in control of what they are being taught. So when the one of the kids that you always hear me talk to, Nana, um she's about to be 16. Nana was 5 years old and she was learning about business. You know what I'm saying? Harmony was 3 years old and wanted to be an archaeologist, and people were just dumbfounded at how she could speak so fluently at 3 years old. Um,
Right.
people would come to our house and they would record videos of our classroom because they're like, wow, your classroom looks better than what we even had in school. Like, my brother would be
Right.
like, I want to sit down and learn. Like, teach me. So I feel like you can change the dynamics and break the generational curses within your family if you try to. And most people look at it, as, well, why do I have to do it? Why do I have to fight this? It's actually an honor to have to break these generational curses, because even if you can't break them within your family, even if your family is very, very hard-headed, you can break them with your children. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? You can break them with your children. Right now, we're defying and breaking generational curses. People would say, why are you having a baby at 40? Because I'm more prepared for this baby at 40 than I was when I was having kids when I was younger. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? But not having that love. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I had my first child because I wanted to be loved. I wanted
Yeah.
somebody to love me.
That's
So
true.
that's why I had my first
Facts.
child. That is why. Everybody's reason is going to be different, but that's just my reason. I wanted to feel what love was like. Scratch the fact of telling me you love me. I wanted to feel it, you know?
Right. Right.
And when there's no greater love than a child, because a child
Right.
is not swayed by opinions. Children protect their parents. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They definitely protect their parents. So I'm all for that. But I was gonna say, within breaking generational curses, I have 5 things on my list. All right. So I can kind of show you guys for a minute um my list. This is my little list. All right. Um on my list, I have understanding why this honor has been given to you. Okay. Um, I feel like under that under rule number 1, understanding why this honor has been given to you is because your ancestors, your spiritual team, see something in you. You get what I'm saying? People always talk about, oh, especially spiritual people, I'm gonna do magic to help my ancestors heal. But you have to understand that you can't do magic to help your ancestors heal until you do the work and the magic to help yourself heal, because you are your ancestors. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
You are your ancestors. We have all been here before. Even if you've been here for the first time as this particular sex, as a female, you may have been here before your life as a male, and maybe this is why this life is so hard for you, because you're transitioning into this female position, but you're given this matriarch position because you are the one to break these things. You are the one to change it. You're not going to be the same. You're not going to hear your child cry and go and beat your child and say shut up. You're going to try to figure out what is wrong with your child.
Right.
We had moved into this apartment. This was a long, long, long time ago. And when you move into the apartment, the first thing you do is clean up. So like the kids was kind of doing their own thing. We were cleaning up, and all of a sudden one of the kids was choking. So I run over to see what's going on, but there was nothing. So all of a sudden, about a couple of hours later, the baby's just screaming, 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 screaming. So I'm like, what is wrong? What is wrong? So I go to change their diaper. Come to find out, there's a piece of a Pepsi can that's coming out the baby's bottom. So why someone was tearing that up and having that in the apartment at first, and they didn't clean the apartment or whatever the case be, I don't know. But it scared the living daylights out of me. So go straight to the emergency room. They get it out, and they're like, that is so crazy. And I'm like, what's even crazier is most people would have said, well, I fed you, I changed you, now I'm finna pop on you, because what are you crying for? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you don't do that to your children. You know what I'm saying? You have to be better. So you really have to understand why your ancestors chose you, instead of being like, I don't want to do this. Why should I have to do this? Why should I have to be the one that carries this load? And it's because they know that you can, and that you can do it. They know that there are things here that, they know that there are people here who need you. They need your energy to help them through whatever it is that they're going through within the family. You know what I'm saying? And everyone else doesn't have that energy, because when you think about it, how easy is it for you to talk to those other family members? It's not that easy. But how easy is it for random people off the street, to come and talk to you? You get what I'm saying? So these are parts of the reason why I feel like you guys are chosen. The second thing within breaking generational curses is seeking divination, from a real spiritualist, all right? Someone who connects with your energy. And you're going to want to do this so you can find out what happened in the past before you. You want to know what curses were put on your family, hexes, jinxes, crossings, things like that, because a lot of people don't understand. They'll think like, oh, this particular disease, everyone in our family, or this particular illness, everyone in our family has had it. This is just something hereditary. A lot of the times it's not something that's hereditary. A lot of the times it's a curse, and it's a curse reliving and reviving itself through either everyone or every so many people. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's another reason why it's important to seek divination. And in seeking divination from a real spiritualist, you can find out what your purpose is, what you need to do according to your journey, and how you can fix and break those curses, because some people don't know. And for everybody, it's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is not going to have to break the curse the same way. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, it's really going to be different. Okay? So I do have to say that, you know. The third thing is, you have to do something. All right? Healing yourself and healing your bloodline. You get what I'm saying? If you don't fix the traumas, if you don't fix your mental, if you don't fix things that are wrong within self, then how can you do that for your bloodline? How are your ancestors gonna respond to you when you say, I need y'all to heal, Okay, but you need us to heal over what happened to us, what traumatized us, but you have not healed over what happened to you. How dare you? You know, who do you think you are? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you have to do that. Healing is hard, but you have to open up what's behind that red door so you can move on. Because a lot of people who are going to come in contact with this live, a lot of people um who are going to have friends who've come in contact with this live, you guys have dealt with some of the most traumatic things. Brittany herself had to ride in the car. Her mom had passed away, and she had to ride in traffic with her mom for 5 hours. Not too many people can do that.
Oh wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not too many people can do that. And at the time,
With my brother and my dad in the back seat, so I had to keep everybody safe.
and calm, because everybody's crying all over the place. Emotions are everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And to me, when I heard your story, it was just like, and the only people who were there for you were your friends, not family.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So as a friend of yours, you know what I'm saying? I don't want, and I feel like this is where we as mothers, as friends, spiritual buddies, or whatever you want to call it, spiritual besties, I feel like this is where we have to be there for each other, because like the saying is true, you never know what somebody else is going through. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Although you can be going through something, there are tons of people who are going through things that they don't even talk about, you know. And some of these people, they want to come and energy dump on you, and they're not understanding why you're not trying to hear it today. It's just that you're going through something, you know.
Right.
But how many people ask you, "How are you?" before they start dumping on you, you know? So I think that has a lot to do with it too. Number 4 is not making the mistakes people in your family made. You know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want to continue that curse. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. So if it's not listening, learn to be a good listener. Because
Right.
some people are not good listeners. They want to do all the talking, but they don't want to do any listening. That's why I said I was sitting up here listening to y'all. I was grubbing down on that salad, honey. And and I was just like, okay. All right, I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to say something while I had food in my mouth. I feel like that's just like so super rude. Um, Number 5 is removing yourself. Okay, everyone is not going to have the same view as you. When you are the one who is supposed to break the generational curses, you are definitely the black sheep of the family. Everyone is not going to want to hear you. They're not going to want to listen to you. They're going to feel like your opinion really does not matter, you know.
Yep.
And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. It doesn't mean that your opinion doesn't matter. It just means that they don't know how to understand or understand you or what you have to say. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
we all know who these people have been since we were kids. So
right, right.
we all know who they are.
And how they treat you, and a lot of them treat you as if you're not gonna grow up. You know,
Exactly.
you're not gonna grow up and remember what it is that they did, what it is that they said, how they made you feel. You know what I'm saying? I've had my mom who raised me, her family, her grandson told me, "Oh, you just need to let that go. You just be staying away from everybody, not being around nobody. We're your family." And I was like, y'all people were never my family when mama was alive. Y'all were not my family in her death. Y'all didn't even put my name in her obituary.
Which is wild.
Okay.
And let me know
And
what I need to do right there.
right. My husband held me down. My nerves were so bad. Like my nerves were so because I don't, a lot of people don't know, I was actually looking for my mom who raised me. She had a home. She had a lot of property, but this particular house that she was staying in, they took her out of it and moved somebody else in it. Okay. And they were just letting people stay in her property, renting out her church, just doing all kind of weird stuff. And her goal was to take her land and her property and for it to be used for the community, but they were actually giving it to just whoever they wanted to give, put in their cars, because the grandson was like selling people like raggedy cars. So I would never recommend anybody get a car from him, because potentially it could kill you. I know my mom who raised me got one from him, and the brakes were literally went out on me on the freeway. So right, and I had kids in the car. I had 2 kids in the car at the time.
Oh no.
So luckily there was an officer behind me. They helped me. So I can tell you some stories about the vehicles that I got from him. But this person, I seen him in Walmart, and he was like, "Do you know where you at? Do you know where you at?" And I was like, see, I looked at my husband, was like, see, this is why I don't like coming to Walmart. First of all, I don't like their food.
Exactly.
And then you end up seeing people you do not want to see. So
I will see and unsee people so fast.
Man. So he was like, "That's your brother." I was like, "No, it's not. That is not my brother." So he was looking at me, because he was like, "Dang, you got the Gucci on, you got your nails done, your hair done, your gold on. Oh, so Callie must have just been treating you so nice." I was like, "Nah, my husband was treating me nice, and he's worried about my mental state and worried about who I am as a person. He takes care of me. But I do, work." And he was like, "Oh, well, you should hit me up, blah blah blah." So I end up contacting him, and I never got to say anything outside of hello. He literally talked the entire time. And just like a narcissist, he was like, "Oh, you should forget about that. All of those people are dead," which that is a lie. They're not. He was like, you should just let the things go in the past. We treated you how we treated you, but you're grown now. You should be smarter than that, just to hold on to what we did in the past. That was the past us. And I said, spoken like a true narcissist.
Right.
You know, spoken like a true narcissist, to tell someone to get over how they treated you. So you're forgetting the fact that y'all called me an orphan every single day of my life. You know, every single day of my life, they made sure I knew I was an orphan. They would tell me, "That's why your mom and your dad don't want you. You got those abilities, and you're just evil. You're a witch. You're going to be just like your grandmother. You're going to be nothing like your father. That's why your father don't want you, because he knows you're not going to." Keep in mind, I'm like 5 years old. Okay?
Oh my God.
So from the time that I came to Texas, from like 5 to like 8, they would just do me so bad. And like he did this thing where if he was drunk and he was pissed off, he would just hit me for nothing. Her other grandson, same thing. They used to just beat on me for no reason. They used to put my legs behind my head, push me around on the floor, like put me in dark rooms, just weird stuff. And I'm supposed to forget that. You get what I'm saying? So this is why I said I wanted to have a child, so I could have someone who loved me, because they were not telling my parents what they were doing to me. They were only telling them how I was responding to what was being done to me. Now, keep in mind, my mom who raised me, she helped a lot of women and men. But those women and men used to do things to me too. You get what I'm saying? So I had to go through that. So when I was like, if I have a child, my child will love me, and I'll be considered grown. No one will want me to stay, so I can move out. You get what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I did. I had my first apartment when I was 16 years old. I got the fuck up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, my family, we travel a lot. but there was a lot of times where my mom did not travel with me. You get what I'm saying? And as I when I was having my daughter, who is fixing to be 16 now, um she was like, I regret leaving you there. You know, like we had this whole mother and daughter conversation. And she was like, I regret leaving you there because I did not know how they were treating you. And it's the things that I went through as a child that made me into the mother that I am. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I go in my girls' room all day long. I talk to them. I ask them if they're okay. I text them, you know, to keep a good relationship with them. Same way with the boys. You know, I make sure I mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go places together. We never go anywhere without each other. Do they make me mad sometimes? Yes, they make me mad. I cuss them out, and then I tell them I'm sorry and tell them that I love them, and they be like, "Nah, we be tripping sometimes. Sometimes we need to be cussed out." But it still goes back to you're my kid. You're forever my kid. I'm forever going to be your mom. And the thing is, our the generation that we come from, they don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't think like that at all. So I can say that I'm proud of our generation because we are healing, you know, and we are encouraging others to heal so they can feel better, you know. So yeah.
But and I love how we are more of a research type. Like I feel like more of us, if we hear something, if we feel
We asking questions now.
yeah, we asking more questions.
Mhm.
Like we are really being more just in tune with
Due
it.
diligent.
And I think that,
Mhm.
yeah,
Some
I
of
feel
us,
like
most of us.
we don't get much credit to ourselves because I feel like we have definitely overcome some difficult situations.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just even within the government, outside of the government, we have
Mhm.
really went through some real just trying things, and for us to just step out and kind of get that help for ourselves is pretty big.
Mhm. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. A big part of my healing came from me fixing things with my mom who raised me, because like she said, she wasn't there. So she was like, I'm sorry, you know, at times I did go by what people said about you, and she would fuss at me. But you know, she apologized, and she apologized in a genuine way. That woman was, because she was 98 when she died. um so she was in her 70s when she took me in. You get what I'm saying? She didn't have to take me in, but she took me in. She taught me spirituality. She taught me so many things. Like I said, I was looking for her, but her family, they wanted her money. Okay, my brother, which is her son. I'm gonna say this real fast. He was in the cartel and he had a lot of money, so he left her money. And the family wanted the money. Okay. um I have two sets of godparents. One of my set of godparents left me like $1 million. I never got it. Okay. I never got the money. The family stole that. They stole all my brother's money. My mother who raised me was from Dangerfield, Texas. They had like oil, they had churches, just all these businesses. They were even in the paper. Which I could get that for y'all if y'all want. Can you give me that red folder out the hallway? Can you get that red folder out the hallway? It's it's in that little bucket thingy, majigger. Yeah, it's in the hallway. So I'm gonna show you guys that so you guys can see that. But they were in the paper. Like when she died, she got a letter from Barack Obama, just because she had done so much for her community. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I keep this thing everywhere I go. So these are my parents who took care of me right here. Okay. They have been married for so many years. Okay. This here is one of their it's a newspaper clipping of their church. Um something that they did in something that they did. I don't remember exactly. I'm gonna put some light on it. So y'all, did the dog just fart? He's so weird. But yeah, so this is them. Okay, he was in so this is my dad who raised me, this is my mom who raised me. He was in the Korean War. She was older than him. You know, they have like this beautiful amazing love story. And they're just really good people. You know, like really good people. Remember I told you guys about her project that she was trying to do? um I even have the project. You get what I'm saying? I even have the project. So, for them to leave me out of, I did get to go to the funeral, but like I said, my nerves was so bad, I almost lit up a cigarette in church. And my husband was like, "Baby, what are you doing?" One set of my godparents walked out of the church because her funeral was at her church. Because the daughter was like, "Did we forget any other family?" While looking dead ass in my face and seeing me crying, seeing the tears rolling down my face, seeing how bad I was hurt that the only mother that I had ever knew was gone. You know, and like I said, I had been looking for her. They took her grandson took her out of her home that she had built for her husband and herself, and you know, obviously for all her grandchildren, um and put her in his home, but nobody knew where he lived. Okay, so we were looking for her, couldn't find her. They just left her in the bed waiting to die, basically. And they one day, before all of this happened, she was deeding her property over to us. As she was deeding her property over to us, she was signing papers unbeknownst to her, that where she was signing away her right of power of attorney. Okay, so for anybody who still has their elderly family members, grandmothers, grandfathers alive, watch anything that people try to have them sign, because they had my mom sign over all her rights. Okay, and when I tell you she was pissed off and deaf about it, she was pissed off. You know, and the way that she would come to me in the dreams, it would often scare me sometimes, because that's not who she was as a person. But she was upset because everything that she had worked hard for had been stolen. Okay, so you know, some people would say her son did this and did that. He was a beautiful man. His name is one of the names that you guys see when you see my arm come up on the screen. His name is tattooed on my arm, and he's who I consider my brother. He's one of my brothers, who took care of me. A lot of my other brothers are people who have like adopted me into their families, you know, and I'm just family now. So like, I don't really have a relationship with my family, you know. And when you watch my tarot videos, you will never know that I've been through all of this unless I tell you. You know what I'm saying? So when I was telling Brittany this, Brittany wasn't even talking back. She was just on the phone crying, and I'm like, girl, I'm healed. I'm okay. You know, and she was like, but best friend, you didn't, for you to go through all of this, and people, you a good person. And I'm like, Brittany, can you please stop crying? And then we both started crying. So, you know, it's just, it's amazing the people I've met on this journey, because I'm telling you, growth and forgiveness and the power of the divine is something else. Because I could be the most hateful person, but I'm not. the divine is love. So I am love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm nothing like those people. I'm not trying to get no get back or anything. My get back is my success. You know what I'm saying? My get back is to help other people heal who have once been in my situation. I want them to know that, it's going to be okay. A lot of us have suffered so much trauma behind our family. That word has a very strange and unusual meaning these days. It doesn't have the same meaning that it had back in the time of the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Back in the time when they would fight for each other, where they took care of one another. This day and time, it means something absolutely different. But I feel like if you want to change your family dynamic, you don't have to go and try to get the family together like everybody says, and get start with your children. Start with your children, and do not allow everyone to be around your child. Your child will grow up a lot better, and your child will be able to see who's there. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind.
Oh, that makes me feel even better about what I tell mine.
Mhm.
Because I do tell her, like, I tell my child all the time, like, when we go through things, I use that as a lesson. Like, hey, who do you have here? Who do you see around you right now?
Right.
You. All right. So when I leave this earth, before I leave this earth, I'm gonna make sure for sure that you're content, that you're okay. But also that knowing that people who don't like me and they see that you are okay, they not gonna like that. So
Right.
if I'm gone, know that when these people come smiling in your face, oh, I'm this person and I'm that and I used to change your mind and remember the stories that I told you.
Right.
Because I always make sure when she sees somebody new, I tell her a whole story on if I know they not a good person, okay, this is what they do, this is this person, this is what happened to me, so you know to continue
Girl,
to
I'm
keep
telling you.
yourself safe. My baby know people who've touched me. She
Yep.
knows, hey, when you see that person, you stay clear.
Right.
I don't care if they kids. Here go pictures of their children. I want you
Mhm.
to know who these faces are because
Mhm.
it's going to come a time where I'm not around,
Mhm.
and you can be you baby. You can be a billionaire. And
Mhm.
these people gonna come around, they gonna present to you, they gonna say, oh, I helped your mama do this, oh, I helped your mama do that. And
Mhm.
because they know that you love your mom so much that you will
Mhm.
help them. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I make sure and oh y'all, like I really,
Look,
at first I was
look,
feeling a little way. I was feeling a
look.
little way about it.
No, don't, because I do the same thing. I told my kids
Mm-hmm.
when I leave, if anybody get up and be like, "Yeah, I used to do this," you better make them sit their ass down and get
Mm-hmm.
out. You not for get.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be crying all over my dress, cause
Mm-hmm.
I will get up and beat your ass. Number one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Don't be trying to give me my flowers and stand over my body and tell
Yep.
these stories because you were not there. My kids know who was there and who wasn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they'll say that right now. They'll be like, "Oh, you having a barbecue? You ain't calling nobody, is you?" Who?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a time when I would like post my food that I was cooking, and people would be like, "Oh, I'm on the way." No, you're not.
So you're not right.
No,
Make me
no,
feel
no, 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 no,
yes,
no, no,
man.
no, no, no. You're not.
Yep.
Like, and it's still to this day, people don't know my kids' names, and they'll say little smart remarks like, "Well, it's too many of them to remember their name."
Right.
You know.
See that. Yeah. Say something ignorant to them.
Yeah. So like, and my kids are straight pressure. Like they not. they they come from two Aries. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. So two Aries made them there. you know. Like
And
this
it's crazy
one. This
that
one
you
was
got to
already
that.
having her fist balled up at, at 20 weeks. Like
Yeah.
she's
Exactly.
she like, y'all better leave
Ain't
my
gonna
mama
take no
alone.
mess.
I'm coming.
Like,
But I think you guys are right. I really think you guys are right. I think that, you know, we hi. I think that we can help others break those generational curses, and I think that we have to stand together as a community. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like we have to stand together as a community, you know? Like I really do.
Mhm. Mhm. And then get out of, and then too, it's like we can do that to help get each other out of that survival mode. Because I feel like
Right.
we all at some point had to learn to get out of it. And then too,
Right.
I think helping them learn the signs of it.
Right.
Because let me tell you, y'all, it is. We could talk about healing all day,
Mhm.
but baby, it is no walk in the park. You are
At
going to be
all.
faced with so many things. Let's just say this. You will never be truly done healing. You will
Right.
always need to learn a new level in something, a new level of understanding, a new level of forgiveness. It's just so much to learn and unwrap. But it's like as you keep growing and you keep like, wow, I learned this lesson, it feels amazing.
Yes, it does. It really
It
does.
really does.
It really
Cause it's
does.
like, man,
Because I feel so different now. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel so
mhm,
different now. Like at first, like we were talking this weekend and I was telling you, was like, but
mhm,
how did you do it? I shopped my ass off, number one,
mhm,
because I had to realize, like, all moms and dads can relate. When you have kids, you forget about yourself and you just strictly worry
mhm.
about your kids. So you're not really
Yep.
worried about your wardrobe, you know what I'm saying? Um
Mhm,
so I was like, okay, you got to get back to your bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
you wear heels all the time. Put them heels on. You know,
mhm.
um you have natural things that people envy, have always envied. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was growing up, I used to do my edges before edges was a thing. Y'all remember this?
Mhm.
And people used to be
Yes.
like, why she still doing her baby hair and stuff, like, because that's what they used to call it, you know.
Yeah, these color baby.
Like, and it was like grown women feeling some sort of way because I had edges. And it was like, okay,
Mhm,
that's weird. Grown women feeling some type of way because I'm beautiful. You get what I'm saying? Like,
mhm,
you have to realize that when you're facing these type of people, when you're facing that type of energy, these are people who are not healed themselves. You get what I'm saying?
mhm.
They're holding energy, and their way of trying to make themselves feel better is by pushing someone else down. That is one of the biggest things that helped me heal on my journey, because I had to realize that it was nothing wrong with me. It was something wrong with the grown adults who are supposed to know better, who were treating me that way. You get what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's the thing too, because a lot of these adults who treated us this way, when we were children, they were treated that way by others. You get what I'm saying?
Lots of people.
So they
Yep.
continued that curse. A lot of those men and women who touched us as children, they were done like that. You get what I'm
Mhm,
saying? And they had not yet broken that curse. So when we are open with our children and tell them, hey, stay away from that man, hey, stay away from that woman, it's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
It's okay to do that. It's okay to remove your energy out of these places and spaces, away from, well, that's your family. That's your mama, that's your daddy, that's your cousin. Okay, well, guess what? If that's my mama, if that's my daddy, Okay, because this is what I had to tell my family about my biological parents. If that is my mom, if that is my dad, then they're held at a different standard where they should know better on how to treat me. And if they don't know how to treat me, then that's an issue that they're suffering with. You get what I'm saying? That's not something that I am not responsible for the energy my mother and my father carries. You know what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for how they react to things. You get what I'm saying? So I had to let that be known. And, you know, my dad, when I cut my dad off, he was highly upset. But I had to cut my dad off because I had to realize something. You've been searching for your mom, you've been searching for your dad, and what you've been looking for in a mom, in a dad, they have never been able to give you. They can't give me what I needed. You get what I'm saying? But the angels who covered me, the divine most high who protected me, you get what I'm saying? My husband who always has my back, my children who love me. You get what I'm saying? They gave me something that I would have never been able to get from the people who call themselves my family. And that's what I had to learn, because we look to people for what we need, and this is how we end up being around those wrong people and end up getting caught up, because what we need is not in those people. You know, people can't give you something they don't have, and my parents, they just didn't have it. You know, that's
And then,
how I look at it.
and then it's the cool thing about that is that you realize that, and that
Mhm.
it's okay.
Mhm.
I don't have to have a tantrum about it. I don't have to
Mhm.
sit here and hate the next person for it. I don't have to envy someone that I see with two parents in the house. I don't
Right.
have
Right.
to just I don't have to give that any more of my energy. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And
Because I
and
feel
you
like,
want to know something else? I love my mom and my dad.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just love them way over there.
yeah. It's a, and it is, and let's be honest, it's a different type of love. Like,
Right.
it's not that, oh my God, I'm a diehard fan. It's that love of, hey, I love you, no hard feelings. I wish the best for you, but I know that you're not healthy enough for me, and that's okay.
Right. Right.
I like that's okay. I say anybody is valid in that. I don't like what I don't like when I see things is when people say, "Well, that's your stuff. That's your mom, or that's your brother, or that's
Right. Like I
yeah,
just
that's a
said,
title.
like your feelings are
Yeah,
not valid.
yeah, that's a title. That's a title you're given. If that's my mom, should a mom live up to that title? You have to
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
like you can't sit here and just blame a person for realizing the mistakes of another.
Mhm.
Just love them through that healing process.
Right. And for the people,
Understand that uh,
go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know, and then just understand that just because just understand that we all have a different way of how we view forgiveness. Let's be
Right.
honest. We all go
Exactly.
about it in a different way. Well, how you forgive may not fit for me. And
Right.
that's okay. I'm not going to forgive the way that you forgive.
Cuz I'm going to
So,
tell you, forgiveness does not
yeah.
mean reconnection, honey.
Exactly. Because the people think that means reconcile. Oh, I have to reconcile with this person. The hell you do?
Mm-mm.
Girl,
Mm-mm.
reconcile. It's reconciling is knowing the problem, knowing that you need distance from it, and moving the hell on. That's
Okay.
reconcile. You went over it. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I seen it. I saw it. I didn't like it. I
And
didn't
so I
like
don't
it.
feel about
So I don't have to deal with it. I just don't.
Yeah.
And I think people get that confused. Even people who are not family get that confused. People who come into my
Mhm.
life, clients that I had,
Mhm. Mhm.
they've said to me in the past, like, "Oh, well, I'm a loyal client and I'm let me tell you something. I don't have loyalty tattooed on me for no reason. I'm definitely loyal. Okay, I'm definitely loyal. I believe in loyalty. I believe in honor. I believe in respect. But what I don't believe in is manipulation. And
Exactly.
if your energy is saying that you're not happy for me, if your actions are saying that you're not happy for me, if your energy is showing that you're trying to gaslight me or manipulate me in some type of way, I'm not going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna
Exactly.
deal with you. And that goes for friend, family, foe, or anything to that matter. I'm not gonna deal with it because I don't have to. You
Yeah,
get what I'm
and
saying?
exactly, and that's a choice. And guess what? It should be heard and respected.
Exactly,
We
because
you
like I
ain't gotta
said, your
fight
feelings
about
are
it.
valid.
Yeah, like you ain't gotta fight about it or none of that. That's what I was just telling. I was just having a conversation with my sister and my cousin this past weekend.
Mhm.
She had graduated with her master's, and like she always talk about like, man, like I really stressed over this, and I wish my family. And so in that moment, I just had to find myself letting her know, and I'm like, it's not really about your family. Like
Right.
this moment is truly about you. Like
Mhm.
it's not a lot of people. I'm like, you went to you have a master's degree in social work.
Mhm.
Like, you know
Mhm.
how many tears and prayers and just things that you went through, and to
Mhm.
sit here and wanting to share it with other people. Sometimes it's not meant to be shared.
Right.
You have, respect that.
Right.
Whoever whatever higher power that you may believe in, they didn't sit up here and put you through something to share it with other people. And that's
Right.
what I had to learn. I had to learn that I can't share everything that I am blessed with.
Right.
Everybody don't deserve it. I was given it because it was specifically for me.
Right.
Now, if and so that's still
Problem.
my healing journey. Yeah, yeah. that's still that's still something for me because I do hold on. Like I was telling this weekend, I said I hold on tight to things, but
Mhm.
that's because I was raised to, hey, you have to figure this out. If something don't work out, you're gonna need this, and that
Right.
in order
Right.
to make it. And so that made you hold on to things much longer because you like, oh, I can't lose it. Like, what if I lose it? How I'm gonna process it? How I'm gonna be able to navigate it? And
Mhm.
so I'm learning now is to just, maybe it's if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. Relax.
Right.
Like just
Right.
let it go. Trust that it will be multiplied and it will be fruitful in whichever way that you need to continue to heal.
Right.
So
And I had to
yeah.
do that with a lot of things, especially when it came to this particular business, because I was under the impression that, I would do readings for myself and it'd be like, "Oh, you're going to be fortunate." And I was like, "Well, how am I going to be fortunate if these people stole my trust fund?" How am I going to be fortunate if I don't have this or that? But then as my mambo began to talk to me, as I began to grow, as I began to heal, I realized that being fortunate was not just about money.
Right.
Being fortunate was being a good mother. Being fortunate was being able to have all of these businesses. Being fortunate was to have people like right now come on this podcast and listen to us talk. You get what I'm saying? These people could be doing anything else with their time, but they're coming here every Tuesday and they're listening to us, and what we've been through and what we've gone through. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter the numbers, like I've said before. It always finds the right people. You get what I'm saying? It always finds the right people. And being fortunate is not having a car or a certain type of car or anything that's material. You know what I'm saying? You can be rich in so many other ways. And speaking on what you were speaking on about keeping things to yourself, I had I knew that, but I want to say that is a lesson that I relearned when I got pregnant, because I thought that there were going to be people who were actually happy for me, and then I'm like, you have to realize you're talking to people who want to be pregnant themselves. So they're not really happy for you, you know. And when I want to say something about that, because I want people to know that is not a good feeling, that you've reached this particular milestone, something that you've been working for 11 years, and you finally attain it, and then these people turn around and, you know, make you feel bad because you're pregnant and then they're not. That hurts. You know what I'm saying? That level of projection, it really does hurt, because it's like, wow, I didn't want nothing but the best for you, you know? And yeah, this happened for me, but it doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen for you. Like, I literally do baby readings every week, um in the efforts of trying to give people the information they need so they can keep their hope, so they can keep their faith, you know. And I was given, a lot of people don't know this, but I was giving baby readings after I had miscarriages. You get what I'm saying? I was giving baby readings while I was TTC. So for me, yeah, it does hurt in a different way. You know, it does hurt in a different way when you can't share um things with people. You know, it really does hurt not being able to share some things with people, because ultimately it's just you wanting to be able to share these things with your friends, and you can't do that, you know. So that hurts.
Yeah, no, for real, it does. I got put in isolation.
Mhm.
I was the kind of person who, any accomplishments that I had, anytime I just felt amazing, like, I expressed that. And so
Mhm.
that's why I had to kind of take a break off Facebook, because I was uploading, like, it's not every day, y'all. I was loading up every other day. Like, I was just like, to somebody who may have envied me, I may have appeared to them like, oh, she's doing too amazing. Like, she got
Right.
it all together. And so
Right.
I was forced to be put into isolation, to where, like, hey, you want these things? In order to get these things, you're gonna have to learn how to keep some stuff to yourself,
Right.
because you
Right.
have to learn that everybody will never be 100% happy for you. And
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I
know,
said I
you
said
like,
I said that too. I was like, if and when it does happen again, I'm not saying anything.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely not saying anything, because that really hurt my feelings.
Hmm.
That, like,
But
I'm an
yeah,
Aries, so I'm really not be in your feelings and sad type person. But yeah,
right.
that hurt my
Like that.
feelings,
Oh
because
yeah.
I was like, are you serious?
Hmm. Like, what they doing that I'm not doing? Like, you start to question yourself. It's like, because at one point too, I was like, my child is 10.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like, I see people, and I be looking at them, I'm like, oh my god, they got twins. Oh my god, girl, you got another baby coming. And so I'm like, oh my
Mhm.
god, that's what I want. Like, what am I not doing that I can't have that? And it's like divine timing.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's like, I had to
It's
learn that.
always something behind it though. It's always something behind it
Yeah.
though. Like, to be honest with
Yeah.
y'all, I felt like I was being punished. I felt
Hmm.
like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not talking dirty or bad about the divine, but I feel like the divine literally set my ass down and beat the hell out of me and punished me for tying my tubes, because how dare you tie your damn tubes? I'm the creator. I put you here to create, and you sat here, listen to that doctor, you tied your tubes, and now you want to have children again, but you can't. You're getting pregnant, but you can't stay pregnant. You get what I'm saying? See what happens when you listen to man? I am the divine. Man cannot tell you anything about the human body. It doesn't matter how much they study it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I got on the floor and I cried my eyes out. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I was young. I didn't know. I made a horrible decision. Cause one time, there was this one time where I was having this miscarriage. My husband happened to be in the bathroom. And when I tell y'all, like, I don't know if you know this, but when you have a miscarriage, it causes like so many different things to go on in your body. Like,
Right.
it gives you, you can have diarrhea, you can have like your stomach can be hurting uncontrollably. And I was literally crawling on the floor. And my husband was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I think I'm having another miscarriage." And he was like, "Bro, what the hell?" So I went and showered and everything, and you could see them in the toilet. And that just made me cry even more. I was screaming, crying, and I was like, I'll never get my tubes tied again. I'll never get my tubes tied again. And at the same time, my enemies were laughing because they were like, ha ha ha, we made that bitch have a miscarriage. We killed her baby. Ha 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 ha. No, you didn't do nothing. That was taken away from me because I had my tubes tied. The doctor who tied them was not a good doctor. You know what I'm saying? And how dare you take credit for something like that? Who are you? You know?
Right.
How weird can you be? You cannot get no weirder than that. Laughing at someone else's misfortune. And my husband, he looked me. I came in the room. I got into bed. I was crying, and he was like, "We'll get him back." And I'm like, y'all are not. Nobody has any idea any of this is going on, and I'm still coming on here doing readings. You know, nobody has no idea this is going on.
Yep.
And it's
That's how
like,
it was when I was working. Yep.
and people, like, I had this big ritual to do one time. It was like this big protection ritual. That same day, I was going through a miscarriage, and nobody knew. Nobody knew. And they were like, and when everybody found out months later, they were like, and you were still working. And I was like, yep. I'm the suffer in silence type. You know, my misery don't like company.
That's me. That's me.
Like,
when I get into my mode and my bubble, I'm in it. Like,
I'm
and
telling
you
you.
can't. You gonna have to contract. That's why it's been time where you be like, hey Kiara, you okay?
Right. I be like, you done
In
fell in a
my
hole. What's
bubble.
going on?
Listen. And it's like I just be needing that energy. Like just I feel like now every day I notice how like stronger that I'm getting as a person and my abilities, and just that I'm becoming more aware that people drain me more.
Right.
And and it's like, oh my God, like I didn't realize. I'm like, people are so draining. It's like they really don't have to do much, but just walk into the room, and I'm just like, okay, so why are you feeling like this? Like,
So let me take you back to what you said about why it hasn't happened for you yet. Because listen to what you just said. You just said people are so drained, and all they have to do is walk into the room and you're drained. How can you be pregnant? How can you be pregnant and you can't even deal with that energy? You see what I'm saying? So you have to You have to get your energy to a point. This is why I've been telling you about certain classes and certain magical workings, because you're going to have to get your energy to a point where it can sustain this. You get what I'm saying? Because I had a woman tell me, "Oh, do you feel the energy? Do you feel what I'm going through?" And it was the way she said it. It was so demonic. And I was like, I guard my energy away from other people's energy. So when they're projecting their energy or their spells onto me, it doesn't hit me. It only hits them back, and it reflects on them, not me. And she was like, "Oh, well, how do you do that? What abilities do you have? I don't care how close you get to me. You will never get that close that you will know all of my abilities.
Right.
You will never get that close."
Discuss that with you.
Yeah. We
Like,
just
why would we have a conversation about that?
exactly.
Exactly.
Why I'm not Samson and you not Delilah.
Hello.
Okay? We not finna play those games.
Yep.
Hello.
You know, but some people think you're so unspiritually aware that you can't see what they have going on. I don't know why I said that I was going to do the topic for generational, for, this week's topic for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then we were going to go into live readings, because that ain't
That was
work.
not gonna work. I don't know why you thought that was gonna work.
I don't even know why I posted that. Like,
and she texted me like, "I'm doing something different."
yeah, that's what I meant when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do something different, because that 20-30 minutes ain't gonna work. Not for this topic. Maybe for certain topics where we just kind of like shooting out a little information. But yeah, not for this one.
It's not gonna work.
Look, Bree, like, nah.
No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am.
Generational curses, ma'am? No, ma'am.
Yeah,
No, ma'am.
I was just like, hold on, wait. And then I was on the wrong topic, because I was on the last topic for the lineup, which is about unlocking your magic and the power within. I was like, girl, how was you gonna do that in 10 to 30 minutes?
No.
But it's really me wanting to try to talk to everybody as much as I can, because I know I'm about to deliver soon. It may not be, within weeks or nothing like that, but it's definitely like 6 weeks left. So yeah.
I'm going easy pool.
Let's go.
Like, I be trying to get her to come out. I swear, I be trying to work out so hard. I be like, just stop playing and break my water.
No, just tell her my baby on her way, and I promise you she'll be on her way out.
Like,
get me out of here.
And then, like, they told us today, like, yeah, we want to go back to Six Flags. I'm like, okay, so maybe if we go to Six Flags, my water will break.
Oh, yeah, that's some good walking.
And he said that to me today. He was like, girl, how is you finna be walking out there like that?
And that sun. Oh, my Lord.
And here go me. Oh, I could do it. I could do it.
Your ass.
I could do it. We gonna see.
That was me. I had sciatica and I had to walk. Oh my God. The worst of my life.
Exactly.
Cause I be having, like, I be tired after walking up the stairs, but it's a lot of damn stairs. Like, these stairs are not normal. I think I have more stairs than anyone has.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck made these damn stairs? The hell is they so many?
Why did you do that?
Right, like, but yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have anything else to say before we get into the readings?
No. I think we really covered everything for real. Y'all
Okay.
just keep trying. Don't give up.
Okay. Yeah,
You
definitely
know?
don't give up. Definitely keep trying for real,
Please
for
don't
real.
give up. Keep trying. Even a little bit of try. You know, even
Right.
if you just sit down and analyze it or even realize the problems that's within your own family, that's you trying. You accomplishing something
So
because
post
it wasn't
this
done before.
part
Yeah.
in here and then post that part
Yep,
in there.
that's why I don't even fool with my family because I am satisfied. I still have my dad. So that is a blessing. A lot of people cannot say that. I
Yep.
still have my dad. As a girl, as a woman, I still have my dad. So even though when it came to boys, my mama was really the problem. I'm trying to tell you right now. My mama was the one you had to worry about. I ain't gonna lie to you. Um, but I still got my dad. So it's still comforting, even though that was a whole nother level of trauma and healing because he lost his best friend. So that was a lot to deal with
Puta
too.
madre, what the fuck? I'm sorry. She trying to
Look,
post this stuff in.
They need to update
look,
the
somebody need to
algorithm.
get it apparently.
No, cause she trying to
Exactly.
post this into the chat and it won't, and it's saying it's too many characters, so it just made me mad. I'm so sorry, y'all. Excuse me. Put that. It's like,
But
how
like
is it
I
to
was
me?
saying,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
um, dang, what was I saying? Oh yeah, but so I'm cool with not having the extended family around me. Like I still have my dad that supports everything that I do, and that's a great feeling. That's all I need. So you
I
just
did.
have whoever around you that really genuinely loves you and just take everything for what it is and make your moves.
Mhm.
That's it.
I
That's
am
all.
so sorry, Brittany.
I'm like, I'm over here talking. I'm finally talking now, and you want to what?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Get on my nerves.
I didn't do that. See, why when I do it, it don't work. That's not funny.
I don't think your MacBook loves you very much.
You
But
know what?
it loves me.
Just do the thing.
Where?
Okay, just hold on. Okay, do that one. And then it's like my soul knew to cuss in another language, so people wouldn't be like, "Dang, she just." Yeah. Okay. And y'all know, like, I still have class. I still go to school.
Oh well. Everything's too much
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, put this one. Okay, so it's gonna be a lot of different stuff in the chat um about what the part we finna walk in on. So basically, and hi to everyone who's coming in and who has been coming in. If I haven't responded back to you, um, adios mío. Why is this happening? And then I'm trying to, okay. So basically what we're finna do is I'm fixing to start um I'm fixing to start the live readings. So the live readings is going to be based on whatever energy just comes up. And then if you guys want to get a personal reading, you can get a personal spread, um, and I can email it to you, or we can do it here on the channel. If you want it done in private, that's fine. If you want me to call you and do it, that's also fine, um, as well. So yeah, I guess we could leave it like that, because I'm tired of copying and pasting. That's too much. YouTube needs to upgrade the characters of how much you can put in the chat. But so this part of this segment is going to be the tarot tea with me. And like I said, if you want to get a personal reading, you can. One personal spread is $7. Two personal spreads is 13. Three is 20. You can ask 5 questions for $5 as well. All right. So you ladies can still stay on with me if you want. I'm pretty sure y'all do, because y'all want to see what's going to come up in the spread.
Of course, of course.
So first we're going to go with the oracle cards and see what the oracle cards have to say for everyone. If it sounds loud, y'all, I am so sorry. It is not intentional, I promise.
She gives different cards.
Oh, okay. Okay, collective. So the first one we got is collect with music. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. Ugh. Let me do this so y'all can see better. So first we got connect with music. This came out in one of the other readings, but this is the card that just shook me, collective. Look at that. Spiritual abundance. All right. So I definitely feel like something is about to come in you guys' favor. All right. But what they want you to say with this card is they want you to already tell the angels thank you. Okay, thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. All right. With the connect with music, it says thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. All right. What did I just say about I was going to school, y'all? Because a lot of people,
I know, me too.
a lot of people don't even know I'm in school, but I go to Harvard currently, y'all. So if y'all didn't know, yes, I be going to Harvard and talking to y'all, doing readings. I be doing it all. I be working my 3 websites. You can hear my accent?
Do the Harvard accent.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do my Harvard accent. No. No, I'm not going to do it. Because you have to talk differently when you go to Harvard. So this one, this one says, honor your beauty. Okay, so you are beautiful. I don't care what size, shape, or the color of your skin. I don't care if you pink, purple, brown, whatever color you are beautiful. Okay, I don't care if you got stretch marks. I don't care if you got cellulite. I don't care what it is you got, baby. You are beautiful, and the universe wants you to know that. The angels want you to say, hey, look, I am beautiful. Stop downing yourself. If you want to work out, get you a workout plan that works for you. Okay. Open up that throat chakra. All right. Speak your truth. Tell people how you feel. Stop living in the dark. Stop living behind. Stop letting people dictate what it is that you do with your life, with your time, your energy, your money. Because this abundance is about to come in, and somebody's gonna come in and they're gonna be like, hey, I need this from you. I need you to give me this. I need you to give me that. And it's going to be a no. All right. Move your body. Maybe you need to do this by dancing. Maybe you need to do this by going to a certain place. Maybe you're going to be traveling soon. For some of you, I feel like this is going to be you getting into you again. You know what I'm saying? Dancing and twerking a little bit, having those little twerk sessions. All right. At the top of the deck, we have balance. All right. Things are about to come into balance for you guys, just so you do know what is going on. Let's pick up these twin flame cards for a minute and see what's going on with these twin flames. All right. Before I hit these twin flame cards up and let you guys know what's going on with them, let me tell you something. There's a difference between a twin flame, a soulmate, and a divine pairing. All right. You can have many twin flames. You can have many divine pairings. A twin flame, just because you meet them, it does not mean that they are ready for you in this life. A divine pairing is always going to be ready for you in every life. Okay. So try to keep that in mind. Some of you guys are dealing with twin flames who are currently your enemies right now, because they don't want to see you guys being happy. All right. Some of you guys are about to, what did I just say not too long ago? You're about to travel. You're about to meet this person. They're going to be very, sexy. You're going to be taking a risk with this person. The universe is telling you, take this risk. This person might want to go mudding with you. This person might want to get you on their dirt bike. You know what I'm saying? Get you out of the house, have some fun. You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all, when I say y'all homebodies, y'all don't do nothing but go to Walmart, drop the kids off, and come home and cook and look at the stories.
I'm trying to tell you, amen.
They said, no, get up. He on the way. All right. We got foresight, expansion, long-term goals coming in. This is something that's going to last for a long time. This is going to be a season that is going to really season. You get what I'm saying? This is going to be one of those infinite seasons of abundance. We have the number 3 coming up. All right. They say good things come in threes. So you may get 3 signs before this person actually comes in. You may get 3 signs to show you that this person is who this person is. All right. Next, we have taming raw emotions, believing in yourself. Okay. Yeah, definitely an introvert. We have the strength card coming up. It's gonna take you to pull deep within yourself. All right. It's gonna take you to get past and get by the way you had been treated from other people. Okay. You can't allow this person to go on about their business because you are too afraid to open up. Because you're holding on to the past about how others treated you. This person is going to make you open up. With this person, you're going to even feel comfortable with them. And I feel like you guys are going to open up. I was just going to say I'm going to take one more and one more fail. Yeah. We have the star card. It says positivity, spotlight, healing, and renewal. What have we been talking about all night? We've been talking about healing. Okay. We've been talking about mental, getting your mental back together. You know what I'm saying? Because that's hard. That is a very hard transition to get in. Especially when you've been in those type of relationships where they've just really, really brought you down. So the next 2 we have the 2 of Cups and we have the 6 of Coins. So this is going to be a romantic partnership. You're going to feel, like I told you, that's clarification and confirmation. This person is going to feel the same way about you as you do them. You get what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot of energy exchange. This person is going to show you gratitude. This person is going to want to take you out, show you to people. You're really going to be able to see that this person cares about you. Let me just say that. You're not going to have to question their motive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't even feel like you're gonna feel like they have a motive. You're gonna feel like it's genuine, because that's how they're gonna make you feel. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make you feel like they're very genuine and that they really want to be with you. They're gonna show you that they want to be with you. All right. So let's see what else we got going on. Where are my night owls at?
I don't know where they at.
Because I feel like some of you are night owls.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the wolf moon, and we are currently in full moon. You're calling in your soul family, communication, teamwork, and loyalty. Loyalty has been a very big topic tonight. If you guys are just now coming in, hello, welcome. We are on the part of the podcast where we are into the live readings. If you would like to receive a live reading, all the information is in the chat. All right. Come home, Big Mom. Y'all in y'all comments. Y'all in y'all comments. I be looking at comments, but I don't always be responding. We have the moon stag. Be ready to take on more responsibility, authority, leadership, and support. So I feel like this person is gonna come into your life. They're definitely gonna make you think bigger. They're definitely gonna make you want bigger. And with this spiritual abundance that's gonna be coming into your life, you're gonna be like, okay, look, what do I want? You know, and this person is going to want things for you. This person is going to want to give you that role of authority where it's like, okay, you know, look, I am willing to do this, that, and the third, and the fifth and 10th to help you get to where you need to get to in your life. So whether this is to enhance your business, whether if this is to enhance your career or whatever it is, I feel like this person is bringing like just this major shift for your life. This person is going to be very deep. You know what I'm saying? Some of these things that are going to happen are going to be hidden from you, but it's also going to be like this wish fulfillment that you're going to be going through. A lot of things that you've been wishing for, praying for, manifesting, even on this moon, the Scorpio moon, you guys are going to be receiving those things sooner rather than later. Okay? Just so you guys know. Let's see if I can get a couple more. That's one, that's two. All right, so we have take a gentle approach in this situation. Unique gifts, calm, purity, and hope. All right, so with that coupled with the wish maker, I feel like some of you have been calling those gifts in. So it's one of those things where it's like kind of be careful what you ask for, because now those things are just really about to come in and like literally blow up for you. All right. Waxing crescent, rebuilding, motivation. You get what I'm saying? Not only is the moon on your side, but the energy is on your side. The divine is on your side. Your ancestors are on your side. They see that you're ready and in this position, and you're like, okay, look, I'm ready to be open and allow these things to happen for me. You know, I'm getting out the way and letting the universe and the divine do what needs to be done so I can get these things and receive these things. Will you meet some sort of backlash? Will you come in contact with people who may feel some type of way about you, about your blessings, about your abundance? Yes, because a lot of you are going to be saying no. You know, you're going to be saying no a lot more. But as we have the three of wands coming up, it does confirm the travel. Okay, it confirms travel. I'm putting it close enough so you guys can read it and see it. But you guys are going to be traveling. So if it's not this year, it's I think it's going to be this year. But for some people it may not be this year, just because they have to make like they have to get that PTO. Some people are starting new jobs and they're not going to have that PTO yet. So for some of you, you're not going to be able to travel yet. But some of you guys are going to be going to foreign countries, you know, places that you've watched online, places that you've been seeing and wanting to go, you know, towards. So I think that's a really good thing too. And then you're gonna have a different community of people behind you. As you can see here, you're gonna have more people that are gonna support you. You're gonna have more people, and then with this man too, I feel like whoever this man is or whoever this woman is, their family is going to be like very accepting of you. You get what I'm saying? Like they're gonna love you, they're gonna love your energy, and it's just gonna be a whole wonderful thing. Make sure you put hell in front of that no. Yeah, cause I see y'all saying no to a lot of people. And it's gonna be, is what's crazy, it's gonna be the same people who like when you needed them, you know how that goes, how like you need somebody and they wasn't there for you. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that. Like you, so you guys got two yeses. Also, let me hold that up. You got two yeses. So whatever questions you have, it's a yes. All right. And then we got another yes, and we got a maybe. So for some of you it's gonna be a baby, and some of you are like, okay, so when is this baby gonna come in, or am I gonna get pregnant? Am I gonna have a baby? And they're like, yes, maybe. You know, maybe sooner rather than later, or maybe later rather than sooner. It just depends on you balancing these things out, because you have a lot going on right now. But it does say children. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does say children. So children are definitely in the cards for you. They're coming, but you have to be with this right particular person for that to happen. Like I really need you guys to understand how that does play a big part on this journey. You know what I'm saying? For you guys. You guys, this person is going to give you the world. I cannot make this up. This person is going to give you the world. This person is going to be everything that you want them to be. All your prayers are being answered. Everything that you've been asking for. And for those of you who are already with this person that you're with is going to give you the world. Like, for some of you, I feel like this person may have messed up with you in the past. Like, y'all may have dealt with cheating or something like that. But this person, they see you. You get what I'm saying? You've made them see you. They see who you are. They see that you're a hard worker. They see that they were wrong. They see that you're everything that they need. So it's kind of like they're getting their act together for you. You get what I'm saying?
It's about time.
Okay, Lizzo.
Right, look, I was trying to say in the chat, but she right. She didn't tell no lie.
Look, the moon, and we in full moon. So something is a no. Okay? Something is a no. So some of you may have a certain question, it's a no. Some of you are like, is he cheating on me? No. Nope, he not. He not. He not. He's him being good. But I think it's your anxiety and your fear that's making you feel that way. You get what I'm saying? We got a maybe. For some of you, it's going to be your anxiety and fear making you feel that way. For some of you, the reason why you're going through what you're going through, because you're going through like a spiritual initiation. We will have an episode of that on the podcast, but it is like, I think it's like 6 episodes away or something like that, and I could have delivered by then. Okay. But here is the drama. Okay. Whoever this woman is, you guys would know her more than me. Whoever this woman is, she's definitely in her feelings about you. She's definitely trying to stop people, you know, for being there for you. Stop people listening to you with the Ace of Swords in reverse. The Ace of Swords should not be in reverse, especially when you are the Ace of Swords. But this person is definitely in their feelings because you're not feeling how they want you to feel. You will receive justice, but this person wants you to receive pain. You get what I'm saying? This is somebody who's just like angry and upset, because I feel like for some of you it's going to be because you're either telling them no about this abundance that is coming in, or I feel like you guys are, because they feel like, oh, she's sitting on her throne, and she has all her money and blah 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 blah, but she's not giving me any. But see, if you look here, this is your justice. You get what I'm saying? This is your justice. This has nothing to do with this person, and this person is really in pain. Like, I feel like this person can't sleep. I feel like this person is like wishing bad things on you. And it does say absence, like they miss your presence. You know what I'm saying? This could be somebody that you cut off for whatever reason, or just someone that you just pulled your energy away from because you're trying to work on yourself. And if it's that situation where you were like trying to work on yourself and get yourself together at a better mental state, it's sad that they are in their feelings and think it's about them. You know what I'm saying? Which is very narcissistic, by the way.
Exactly.
I don't know where us healers meet these narcissists, but it's crazy. Yeah. Someone is even, so this is what somebody is wishing for you. Okay? This is why you're about to be blessed. Okay? This is why you're about to be blessed. Because someone is wishing that you are in poverty and you don't have abundance. So I'm going to flip that around so you can see it. You see poverty and abundance? So I'm going to flip it back around. This is what they don't want you to have. You get what I'm saying? This is what they don't know. What they're wishing on you is going to happen to them. It's going to hit them way before it hits you. You get what I'm saying? And that's sad that somebody would wish that on you. But you're still going to create. You're still going to move forward. You're not going to need anything from them anymore. You may have been in a position in the past where you've had to stay with people or things like that. You haven't been just secure as you wanted to be. But it's not going to be like that. Now you're going to move forward. You're going to be in this era. Okay, you're going to have this 9 of Cups. And you're going to move forward. As the card says, yes. And they're going to be missing and mourning you. They're going to be missing and mourning you because you have your fulfillment and now they're lost. Okay, they're going to be lost because of what they were wishing on you. You get what I'm saying? And that's going to be their fault, not yours. So it's nothing that you can do about that. Even if this is something that somebody has been doing to you over the course of some years, yeah, you're receiving justice. I can't make this up. You guys are receiving justice. Justice is coming right on in. And justice is like, who y'all thought y'all was playing with? Look at that. All over the place. Enemies just scrambling. Just all over the place. They like, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to leave the collective alone.
Exactly. That part.
Mind your business.
Hello.
Mind your business.
Your own. Please and thank you.
Oh my God, I'm having a contraction. Oh my God.
Oh, sure.
Ugh.
Oh,
Lord. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Somebody probably like, I hope her water break. I do too.
Right on live, y'all.
Oh. And they last so long. Like, oh my God. They say Braxton Hicks lasts like 15 to 30 seconds. These must be lasting 2 minutes.
Oh my geez.
Yes. Having contractions on live. That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh.
You have made history.
That's crazy. Page of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. All right. So this is divine giving you this baby that you've been waiting for. Okay. This baby is going to come, but there are some things that have to happen first over there in the spiritual realm. But these are ancestors. Okay, these are ancestors. So these are people who have been here before. It's going to be a girl and it's going to be a boy. And the spiritual realm is preparing these two to come back. So if you had a miscarriage and you lost twins, These are your twins coming back. All right. This is you sitting here thinking, Kiara, when is it gonna happen for me? This you. Look how. Look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about Kiara. Kiara hold on to that money with her chin, her hands, her feet, and I be over here like, turn it loose, turn it loose, turn it loose. Trust the spirits.
Y'all, I'm the grandma that got the change in the little saran wrap under her breast.
Okay, like just keeping it real. But this you. You wondering, when is it gonna happen for me? When am I gonna have the money that I want to have? When am I gonna have my babies? Baby, look, it's coming. It's coming.
I know, patience. I'm learning.
It's coming. It's coming. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this dog right here. Look at this dog.
Serious.
Look at this dog. That's Papa Legba dog. You hear me? The old man, Papa Legba, the old man, sending the angel out to come and give you the confirmation that you about to find out you finna have a baby. Hopefully I don't have mine here on live. So this is this is why you finna. Soon as y'all find out y'all finna have this baby, y'all finna pack y'all shits and y'all finna go. You and this man finna go. Y'all finna go. Look, we ain't got time. Y'all finna be like Elroy. I got my check and I was gone. Okay? Y'all ain't got time. Y'all ain't got time. Because look who on the way. Look who on the way. Look who on the way. If it ain't the devil or an angry Capricorn, boy, I tell you. But look who right behind. You thought you was gonna do something, didn't you? But you could keep on trying, devil. But guess what? Spiritual team already on that ass, buddy.
Hello.
On that ass. This your spiritual team. Look what came before. Hey, you guys that just came in, check this out. The devil just heard that you finna get this good news. Okay? The devil just heard that this angel finna come in and give you this good news. And the devil say, look, I gotta come on in and I gotta destroy it. I gotta stop it. But look at your spiritual team. They already prepared for war. Because this baby finna be, this baby finna be so divine. Your enemies finna get shamed. The spirit's gonna be pointing at them, telling them, hey, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this to the collective? Why are you trying to hurt? The divine gonna be, why are you trying to hurt my child? You know? Why are you trying to hurt my child? They gonna feel so bad and ashamed for everything that they have done for you, for how they have talked about you, for how they have mistreated you over all this time. They are going to feel ashamed. They are going to apologize. Okay? They're going to apologize to you and tell you how sorry they are. They're going to ask for your forgiveness. It's up to you if you forgive them. Okay? It's up to you if you forgive them. You can forgive them if you want. But I'm just going to remind you that forgiveness does not mean reconnection. Okay? Forgiveness does not mean reconnection. You and your partner are about to move on and travel into a land, and for some of you this is going to be a foreign country. You get what I'm saying? This is going to be a foreign country. For some of you, you're putting things to death. You're stopping a whole bunch of things. And because you're stopping this and you're not allowing people to use you how they were using you in the past, they're going to be like, okay, how can I get around it? They won't be able to get around it anymore. You know, they won't be able to lie and sneak and swindle their way in, because you're putting a death to all of that. You are being rebirthed into this person that is aligned with the correct energy here with the Two of Cups. And not only a person, but your person, because your person is coming in. Okay? Look at your man. Look at your man coming in. Your man, your emperor, is coming in. He's about to have the say-so about what's going on. This is going to cause your enemies to work magic on you. This is going to cause them to try change things around. So you're going to have to be prepared spiritually, because you're going to have to do the work too. You do have your spiritual team fighting for you, but you being a spiritual being, you're going to have spiritual workings that need to be put in. You get what I'm saying? This is how you fight. This is how you use your swords. You're going to have to fight these things magically. All right? And then the ancestors and the spiritual team are gonna do the rest. They're gonna come in with a chariot, and they're gonna fight the things that you guys don't see. You get what I'm saying? All those demons and everything that are trying to come in and trying to do things to you, they're gonna come in and they're gonna fight those things and get those things out of the way. They're basically clearing the energy right now, for you. For some of you, this is gonna be something that you already see. This is going to be something that you already see. It is a full moon, and as you see in this card, the moon is full in this card. Okay? But this is something that is being prophesied to you right now at this very, very moment, that is going to be happening for you in real time. So I really hope you guys are ready for this. You know, I really hope you guys are really prepared, because you're going to have to be prepared for this, because it's time to gear up for war. It's not time to sit here in this hangman position. You get what I'm saying? It's time to suit up, boot up, and be that high priest or that high priestess, you know what I'm saying, that you were put here to be. It's time for you to use your intuition. It's time for you to follow what you need to follow, in your spiritual knowings. It's time for you to use that information that has been downloaded, to you, because there is a fight on your hands. All right? When they sent that information to you, you didn't know what that information was for at the time. You were kind of trying to think on it, trying to figure it out, maybe even researching the dreams that you were having. But now, you have to use, like they say, you have to get it out the mud. You got to use everything that they've taught you, because this is the season of justice. All right? There's going to be a lot of things that go on this road. Absolutely, a lot of things is going to go on this road, but this is where you have to learn balance. This is where you have to focus on the energy at hand. This is where this positive pregnancy test comes in. Do you see what I'm saying? This is where this test comes in. This is where you and your mate sit down and you guys talk about what's going on and how you guys are going to prepare and how you guys are going to move forward. This is where you guys make your decisions. This is where all your cups are being filled. This is where the divine is answering all your prayers, and things are moving in motion very fastly and swiftly. All right? But it doesn't come without attack. You get what I'm saying? This is something that you're being warned about on the full moon, about your enemies that are brokenhearted. Do you get what I'm saying? About how the divine is going to fight for you. About how you're going to have to stand your ground. You get what I'm saying? How you're going to have to get in the field. You're going to have to sharpen your mind. You're going to have to sharpen your intuition. You're going to have to get your skills up. That's what you're seeing here, in order for you to receive more and more abundance, because these people are really coming after your abundance. This is what the fight is all over. They're coming after your abundance. They're sitting down. They're talking. They're going back to the drawing board, trying to figure out, hey, look, what do we got to do this and do that and disrupt them? You get what I'm saying? They're planning. They're literally planning right now. So if your enemies are planning, you definitely don't want to be just sitting and not doing what you need to do. You want to be prepared for this fight that's coming up, because you're going to have another child that you're going to have to protect. All right? Your man is already on guard. Or if you're a man seeing this, you're already on guard, for your woman here. But at the same time, you're going to be preparing your woman to fight this battle. So as she sit here and holds this money, Kiara, with her chin, her feet, and her hands, she's preparing for this war. She like, look, we might need some bread. And I don't know how to make bread. Roy know how to make bread. Y'all know I know how to make bread from scratch. I got the wheat seeds and everything. You get what I'm saying? Look at Kiara. We finna turn this dime into some thousands. We finna hammer this dime. But you guys are finna be using this money to, fix your situation. And I always tell people, The divine always gives you, when you have spiritual workings to do, never worry about the money. I tell everybody this, never worry about the money, because whoever you are meant to work with, that person is going to come into your life, and you're going to be able to work with them, and you're going to be able to pay them. But when you get the money, you can't take the money and say, oh, the money's mine. You know what I'm saying? Because the money belongs to the divine. All right. It's going to take a lot of strength for you guys and a lot of courage, because some of these enemies are going to be family. They're going to be closer than you think. But this is all over your world. This is all a fight over your world. A lot of things are going to be trying to blind you on this path, but you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it because you're prepared for this. You're prepared for this, and you're prepared for this journey. Whatever you want to eat, love, please go ahead.
Oh, I'm not hungry. I was gonna ask if were your clothes still in the dryer?
My clothes not in the dryer. Your clothes were in the dryer.
Oh, they were.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I took my clothes upstairs. I believe. If I didn't, you can tell one of them to take my clothes out and put them in there. So we already know the money's coming. Let's see what other messages you guys need. Oh, we got forgive coming out first. Moon and Pisces. Forgive. Go ahead and forgive. They're telling you to forgive. But remember, forgiving, forgiveness does not mean reconnection. All right.
Right.
I did say 6 weeks. Could that Ace of Swords in reverse be a air sign or opposite? All swords cards are air signs.
Okay.
So all swords are air signs. Hi, and thank you for joining. We're doing live readings right now. So all air signs are sword cards. All pentacles are earth signs. All cups cards are water signs, and all wands are fire signs. All right. So now we got you guys stepping into your power with the Aries energy. Okay. This is the time that you need to just go ahead and be able to move forward. Like I was just saying with the tarot, you guys, don't be afraid of this transit. Don't be afraid to move. Don't let anybody try to stop you. Every time I say things like that, it's like my voice tries to cut out, and I feel like that is because someone doesn't want you to hear what I'm saying, number one. Number two, someone doesn't want you to speak on how you feel, and they're like, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Be humble. Even these people, when they try to humble you, you still be humble. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll upset somebody more by staying calm. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't get when you stay calm, it bothers people. Like I've had people to try to, make me upset, and it didn't work. Didn't we talk about finding the balance? Take a deep breath. Everything happens in divine timing, y'all. You could be a Aries. You could have Cancer in your chart. You could have Aries in your chart. You could have Libra in your chart. You could have Pisces in your chart. I feel like it's all signs. Somebody is texting me and blowing my phone up, but I can't look at it right now. My phone just over here vibrating, just doop, doop. All right. Honor your feelings. All right. Even when others don't honor your feelings, because your feelings mean something. Your feelings are very, very valid. I don't care how people try to make you seem like your feelings are not valid. They're definitely valid. All right. Breathe through the tension. You guys are going through a lot right now. You're experiencing a lot right now. You could be a Scorpio. You could have Scorpio in your chart. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. You're going to get through it how you need to get through it. Work through your feelings. Again, somebody definitely is in their feelings, and they need to work through it and focus on positivity. And you could be a Sagittarius or have Sagittarius somewhere highly aspected in your chart. Some of you need to go deeper within, okay, and focus on what they're trying to get you to focus on. Attend to the details. You could be a Virgo. You can have Virgo highly aspected in your chart as well. Too. It could also be the opposite of the air sign too. So it could be any other sign. Like you could be a Taurus. Know your worth. All right. Don't let anybody push out how you're feeling. Don't let anybody push out what you have to say, because some of you are dealing with people who have that big like zombie energy. You know what I'm saying? Where they just they kind of want to hold you down and not let you somebody going through a tower moment. Somebody going through a major tower moment. Yeah, somebody's going through something like really, really big at this moment. I feel like somebody's dealing with this card does not want to come up out of this box. Oh, of course it didn't want to come out because somebody don't want you to celebrate. Oh, I hate when this chair make noise when you move in it. Because it makes the weirdest noise. It's like, for what? Okay, what we got? Alright, blessing in disguise. Alright? Blessing in disguise. Something is about to transition. Something is about to transition, but it's going to take you to have those boundaries for it to do so. Okay? The number 34 or the number 8 may be significant to you. The number 7 could be significant to you as well. Alright? Some of you are dealing with the person who is two-faced. Alright? Whoever this person is, I'm telling you, they do not have your back and they do not want to see you progress. Alright? This person is only wanting to be around you for what they can get out of you. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's showing with condition. You get what I'm saying? With condition. With condition. Their loyalty has conditions. You see what I'm saying? Look, I'm shuffling the deck. It's back at the top of the deck. Whoever, I'm telling you, so many people have told me, you know, they love me, they're here for me, blah, 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 blah. But they be having these conditions, you know what I'm saying? It's time for you to celebrate you. It's time for you to celebrate yourself. You get what I'm saying? It's time for you to be happy. It's time for you to be motivated and do what you need to do going forward, because everything is truly fixing to work in your favor. Look at that at the top of the deck. Something is being restored for you. Something is turning around. Something is repairing itself, and it's going to do it right in front of your face. That is the third time with condition has come up. Be very mindful of these people that have these conditions. You know what I'm saying? I'm loyal to you, but you know what I'm saying? Be free to express yourself. Don't be afraid to express yourself and how you feel. Don't sit in here and be no cage bird. Don't let anybody shut you up. Say how you feel. You get what I'm saying? Some people say out of sight, out of mind. But at the same time, you have to realize when these people are out of your sight, you don't know what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? They could be neglecting you behind your back. You don't know what they're saying. I told you guys, somebody is mourning. Somebody's dealing with death who's watching this. All right? Somebody is saying, I am. You get what I'm saying? Somebody needs to tap into their I am energy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You're being also warned to fall back from something. Something or someone you need to fall back from. You need to pull your energy away from them, because something is about to shift in a good way for you, and the universe doesn't want this person's energy around, because this person's energy is just going to taint the whole situation. All right, so we are going to close it out there. All right, you guys. I am, because it's still full moon, so I do have to get back to work, and I've been on here. We've been on here for 2 hours now. So I do have to go and get back to work. I love each and every one of you. Thank you guys for watching. If you would like to book with me, I suggest you guys go ahead and look in the description box. I mean, not the description box, in the chat, because the info is in the chat. It's also in a post on my community page. Of you guys can still book your readings with me privately. Okay, you can book them with me privately, and one spread will only cost you $7 today. All right, I'm doing that till 12 o'clock midnight. If I don't get your reading out to you tonight because I am working the full moon, I will get it out to you tomorrow. Just make sure you send me your number and everything. All right, peace, love, and abundance. I will see you guys. We will see you guys in the next one.